Hi, my name's Ian, and welcome to this little video about Pro Boxing Manager. Pro Boxing Manager is my new game. So the various reasons you might be interested in this one. It is a dev diary, so if you're interested in game development, you might be interested in seeing how I'm going about this. You might also be interested if you're using Contruct 3. Because that's what I'm using, and this is the Contruct 3 desktop. You can see right here, and I'm enjoying using this, by the way. I think it's very good. You might also be interested in this video if you're interested in creating some pixel art graphics for me, because that's something on my to-do list. I need some new graphics. You'll see the existing graphics in a moment. I'll show you that. So first of all, before we have a look at the new game, I'm going to give you a little history lesson. Sorry, it won't take very long, but there's a reason for this, honest. Now, if I go and have a look over here, you can see Boxing Manager here. Now, this is a game that I wrote about 40 years ago, and as you can see, pretty rudimentary graphics. It was on the ZX Spectrum computer, and it was quite successful. It managed to get, in spite of looking like this, and that, it actually had quite a good review in Crash Magazine, which is here. You can see this is Crash Magazine. It got a very good review from somebody called Philip Irving. It was actually a 86% review, I believe. 86%, yeah. 60% for the graphics, playability 90%. So it was always a very playable game. People enjoyed playing this. I loved watching the little boxes hitting each other, which was always quite amusing. And I actually, that's the only pictures we got of that. I actually have an emulator running here. If you're interested, and we can see there's going to be a little match here. If I can actually make this old interface work. Now you notice though this boxer my box is going to fight is called Colin Camp. He's got strength of 4, stamina of 6 and skill of 8. There's some money to win. Here's a little poster advertising the music fanfare. My boxer has strength of 7, stamina of 7, skill of 9, so it's a bit better than the other guy. And you'll see that in each round of the boxing match, these two little men go at each other and occasionally punch each other. So the point is to try to get your boxer to be world champion, going through harder and harder opponents until eventually you become world boxing the manager of the world champion, or or what can also happen is your boxer can suffer brain damage. Now the reason for this is that he gets his brain is damaged every time he's hit on the head. Because I wrote this as an anti-boxing game, I was never a big fan of boxing. I thought it was a bit of a mean sport. I might have changed my mind a little bit about this, by the way. I think it's still a strange thing for two men to hit each other in public for money, but there you go. It's all very Roman. But anyway, it was very successful, and people played it a lot. And my little message about the evils of boxing the message was completely lost because everyone loved the game. So that was the old game. That was the original Boxing Manager. Now, since then, there have been quite a lot of other boxing management games. And there is, in fact, a new game out at the moment called Boxing Manager, I noticed the other day. Which is why I've called my rewrite, which is what this is. My rewrite is actually called Pro Boxing Manager. Oh, by the way, if you wanted to play the original game, you can, if you use the Spectaculator emulator, you get a month free, and then I think you have to pay. I've not paid anything yet. We'll see whether I ever bother to do that. And you can find the a working ROM on not that site, in fact, but on retrostic.com. The one on World of Spectrum doesn't work. Not my original one. My game actually was bought off me by D&H Games, and they re-released it on a budget label, and also on their D&H label later, and wrote a Boxing Manager 2 at the time, which I never played, I must admit. I don't think I could afford it, strangely. Anyway, so Contruct 3. So again, if you're interested in Contruct 3, or if you're interested in creating me some graphics, which I would be very grateful for, we'll talk. I'll be talking to you in more detail later, of course, if you're in that boat. The game itself looks a bit less. I'll run the game as it is at the moment, and then I'll show you some animations. Right, here we go. So it goes. Some exciting music to start with. Now you see, these early days on the game, really, and I do have some graphics here. As you can see, the music's very loud. I don't know anything about it. Let me just. What I'll do is I'll pause the recording just one sec while I sort out the volume. Right, we're back. The music was far too loud when I first tried to do this. I've turned it down by changing the music volume variable I have here. So we'll have another look. This is the game as it is at the moment, Pro Boxing Manager. Like I said, early days, but I'm definitely going for a pixel art style. There's pixel art fonts all over the place. However, the characters here, the animated characters, are not pixel art at the moment, and obviously I would like them to be. Similar idea though from the original game. You can see strength, stamina and skill with certain values. Got brain damage here, which is the stat that goes up as the boxer gets hit on the head. So here we are. Here's the match. Now you can see it's been upgraded somewhat from the original, from those stickmen. But these graphics, the boxer graphics, I want pixel art for those. I've generated the background from AI. Sorry, but I did. Just for the time being, it's a placeholder image, really. Having a bit of a set to already. But I kind of want those proportions, really. I want it to look like that. As you can see, it kind of it relates back quite nicely to the original game. As you can see, the way the crowd was drawn in my original game is not so different from the way this crowd looks, kind of pixely, which is what I want, really. So there you go. That's how it's looking at the moment. And as I said, it's supposed to be pixel art, so these guys they work okay. It cost me $6 for these animations, which isn't too bad. Like, it's pretty good. But I want pixel art, so I will show you. For those of you who are interested in creating some new art, this is how the sprites look. They're pretty good. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're okay. This is showing the hitbox, obviously, and you can obviously do the usual stuff. Most of them have, or the moving animations have 10 frames. There he goes. And blocking as well has 10, I think. There's dizzy, there's hurt, down at 8. The punches are all 6-frame animations, like that. And these images obviously are much smaller than the grid they're on. The grids, I think, what it is, it's 500 by 500, or 499 by 498, I think. But obviously the graphics themselves are quite small within that. At the moment, if the new graphics were on a 499 by 498 grid to start with, that would probably help me, because it would mean I could really easily incorporate them into the game. And that really is it. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting and or useful if you're an artist, pixel art artist. And yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this game off. It's coming on. This is about, I don't know, a couple of weeks' work, maybe a bit less actually, so far. And so Construct 3, very good for quite rapid development. I'm learning it as I go along, of course, but it's been okay so far. It's been all right. Oh, by the way, yes, so the number of characters I haven't... I was about to finish, and I haven't really finished. There are 6 characters, really, but what I do is I use the same ones mirrored for the opponents each time. I don't know how many characters we can get done, or how different they might be. Happy to talk about that with the pixel art artists. I know. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to talking to the artists. If you're interested in, like I said, in just watching us from an interest point of view, but happy to hear your comments, and please subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thanks for watching.